Hello everybody. I would like to first immediately apologize because I'm probably going to sneeze like rather soon because I had a sneeze right before I started recording and it kind of went away. But anyway, welcome back to some Skyrim Special Edition. I've been playing too much Just Cause because when I was looking out over that cliff there, I wanted to use my grappling hook to get across and immediately parachute. But anyway, like I said, there is one more location that has like a quest series attached to it. And I say series as in it has like one quest, which unlocks like 3, I think, miscellaneous quests. So we're gonna go and do that now. I think this camp is where it is. I just randomly got a skill point. I don't know for what, but you know, whatever. But yeah, as you can see, we have Hillund and Halburn Ironfur.
I never said it would be, but either way, we have to try. Whether we succeed or not, it'll stir up some of the old blood in this crowd.
I'm not going to lead them to their deaths if they aren't ready.
Then train them. What are we doing here? We should either get used to staying here, or be preparing to retake the hall. You're having us do neither, and I can't stomach it.
But your stomach isn't my problem. We'll act when I say we do, and not before.
Well, you'd better say something, and soon.
You know, it's always weird when they have these long conversations because, like, obviously. Oh, really?
The master calls.
Where are you going? Oh, are you guys attached to that other fucking stone? Can we not do your quest until we cleanse the other stone? Well, that's fine. I do believe, actually, that not only are these guys attached to this stone, which I obviously didn't realize, I do believe that there is a couple other ones of them. Oh, yeah, also there's some Reiklings here that aren't immediately hostile. Who taught you to talk? Yeah, that's all he can say. He actually doesn't have any other words, but we need to, So this is Thirks Mead Hall. And as you can see, the Reiklings are currently in control of it. And as you can probably guess by the fact that I was just trying to talk to some Nords, they aren't too happy about it. I knew that there was a couple of them that were mind controlled by Mirak, because I don't think that they get to go back to the town until you
Never should have come.
Oh, actually, you know what? I have this. Do you survive one shot? Yeah, they got the Reiklings even working on it. So I guess we'll cleanse this stone.
Where'd you come
That might be low enough. Oh, look at the little fox. Okay, so the beast stone is now cleared. Let's see what power we get from this one. Conjure Werebearer. Pretty self-explanatory. Oh, it's Serana raised the cultist. Like, alright, so anyway, now that that's cleansed, that should, obviously that'll send that Reikling back to the Mead Hall for now. Well, there doesn't seem to be that many around, does it? Also, as you can see, they have kind of screwed over the forge there. But anyway, now that we've done that, that should free these other ones from mind control. And to be fair, if they were being mind controlled, they shouldn't have been having that conversation they had. But I do think it's funny that, like, I was following them as they were having that conversation, and they just, like, kind of ignored me, even though I was just slowly following them.
Hey, watch it.
Sorry, buddy. Oh. For some reason I lost my direction there for a minute. Alright. Now then, we do need to find them, though. No, not Hilland. The fact that you're there, though, is good. That means that the other two should have made it back as well. Iron Fur, no. Yeah, let's give him an hour. Oh, there goes Saran's cultist.
He draws near.
Oh, good. We made it back.
Thanks for taking that thing down. We're supposed to be warriors, not crafters.
So have you been exiled?
I wouldn't call it that. We've just got a bit of an infestation is all. Down here to catch our breath, and then we'll be back in the hall once I get the rest of these up to move.
An infestation of what?
Reiklings. You must have passed by the hall on your way down here. Well, it's been overrun. We're just out here temporarily, to regroup.
So what's been going on?
What's going on here is that we've been kicked out of our home. The Mead Hall, up there on the hill. Some Reiklings have taken it over.
How are Reiklings able to overpower you?
With tenacity and numbers. It didn't help that we'd grown a little too comfortable up there. Too much mead, too many stories, too few battles.
What if you had one extra warrior?
Are you offering to help? Some new blood should be enough to rouse these layabouts to actually fight again.
That sounds fun.
Well, let's move then.
Alright, so this quest can actually be done for either these guys or for the Reiklings to help them keep the hall. Obviously, if you help the Reiklings, you know, you have to come here and kill these guys.
I know you're all starting to settle in here and keep up the fat lives you've got used to up in the hall. But look here. This outsider has more fire than any of you. All I had to do was mention our little infestation, and he volunteered in a second. I don't want to have my spirit outstripped by some wanderer, so let's get up there and kill us some Reiklings.
Alright. Now you do have... There are multiple stages to this, like it isn't just retake the hall. There is another step after that. If you go with the Reiklings, I do believe you have the extra step first. Well, I guess it's not really an extra step if it's required, but you have the other step first, and then you come down here to kill them. And you can actually do part of one quest and then go and do the other. Basically, as long as you haven't completed one quest or one side of it, you should be good to switch sides whenever you want. But there's very little reason, like almost none. Or, well, not, there really isn't. There's one reason that you might want to do part of one quest. And then switch sides. And that's purely because there is the first part of the Reiklings quest has you going out to rescue, I think, a pig or something. But either way, if you do that part of the quest first and then switch sides, oh my god. You know what? Where's my... Look, now we have help. Because they died from my fire breath. Did that one guy, like, duck? Okay, now.
That was almost exhilarating. How are you feeling?
That was easy.
Good to hear. In fact, that's just the spirit I'll need from my second. Do you want to come with me?
Where are you going?
To Rothmund's Barrow. I need to get his blessing again before we take up residence here. I'll need a witness and, well, you see the kind of horker brains I deal with around here. What do you say?
I'd be honored.
Well, let's not waste time talking about it then.
Also, what the fuck is exploding over here exactly? Does that have something to do with like the fire thingy there that I summoned? Also, I'm 100% gonna waste time. But yeah. So if you do follow that Reikling that we talked to when we first got here, he'll lead you in here to his chieftain. His chieftain will ask you to help them out. You go and get a different. I can't remember. I think it's a big pig. You go and get the big pig, and then you and the Reiklings go down and kill them at their camp. Kill these guys at their camp. Honestly, one way or the other, it's really up to you. There is very little benefit one side or over the other. You do get more quests, and then you actually get more rewards if you help the Nords, which is why that's what I usually do. Like 9 times out of 10, I'll help the Nords over the Reiklings. Because once we come back, we should have like 3 more quests to do.
Let's get indoors. Or in a cave. Anywhere, just out of this.
But if you help the Reiklings, you don't get an actual reward, I don't think. Like, I don't think they give you any money or anything when you first complete it. But you can then recruit some of the Reiklings to help you fight, and they don't take a follower spot, they actually take the pet spot. Which is a little mean to Reiklings, but you know. So you can have one of them along with, like, if we had helped the Reiklings, we could have had a Reikling along with Serana, right? But yeah, like I said, there's very little reason to worry too much about it. Like I said, I usually join the Nords because they do give you extra quests afterwards, whereas the Reiklings, once you're done their one quest, that's it. Now, like I said, you can do the first part of the Reiklings quest, and then because after you do that part and you get the pig back at the house or whatever, it's not, you don't have to kill it when you then attack the place. Oh, good God, how the hell did she get that? Man, I really should have left with her, shouldn't I have? You don't have to kill it when you then attack, and after you retake it, the pig will actually still be there. So basically, if you want like an extra little something, just like chilling at the Mead Hall, you can do the first part of the Reiklings quest first. I was gonna do it, but it doesn't add anything, you know, well, except for the pig, obviously. But oh yeah, I don't think we've been in here, have we? Oops. No, we have not. So once we do these quests, oh, where is she? Oh, there she is. What's up?
No sign of her.
I don't know, there's some enemies over there, but she seems to be stuck. But at least I found the path. Oh, more enemies, some trolls. Oh, and apparently Serana's caught up. Yeah, Mr. Troll. Come on, you can do it. There we go. Yeah, alright. Oh wait, but is this the way to the thing, or is it this cave over here? There we are. Now we're supposed to be out here waiting for her. But we might have to go and see if we can, like, loot loosen her out of her, you know what, let's just head in. And then back out. And hope that she loads in properly. She did not, so she's still considered stuck over there. Alright, well, let's go see if we can unstick her. Also, mention Just Cause 4 at the beginning. So, to go back to that, almost done that game. I've gotten most of the achievements. I basically just need to finish the last... I only have one, like, story mission left. I think. Presumably, it's the last mission. Come on. Oh, she's sliding down.
Huh?
Nope, that didn't work. That pushed her the wrong way. God damn it, I can't. Because of the way she's standing, I can't. You know what, let's, I don't even think I have it on here anymore. Let's try this and hope it doesn't do something bad. We'll even quick save beforehand.
Let's just keep moving.
Okay, let's go. It's like, alright, I'm gonna ignore that you did that. But yeah, almost done it. Kind of annoying though, one of the achievements is to get the chaos, or to get your army to level 14. And I have one mission left. I've destroyed everything that I've come across in every base at least once. I completed every side mission and everything else, and I'm only level 12. I'm almost to 13 because I was doing some shit yesterday. Not yesterday, day before. And I've almost got to 13, but it's a lot considering. Like every time I would come to a new base or something, I'd blow up everything in the base. I did all the side quests and everything. Like, it's very...
Are you ready to go inside?
Of course. So, what is this place?
The burial place of Rothmund, who founded Thirks. He brought a group of true warriors away from the soft life of the Skal to know the wilderness, to feel the sting of cold and of steel. I know that sounds a little silly. It's just the way it's written in the books, and that phrase has always stuck with me.
So what's going to happen in there?
It's pretty simple. Rothmund's axe is in there with him. Anyone who attempts to take hold of it has their spirit judged by Rothmund himself.
So we're going to fight his ghost?
No, nothing like that. He doesn't need to battle us to know us. He's always watched over Thirsk and sees us from beyond. And in my case, since he's already deemed me worthy, it will just be a matter of him remembering why he blessed me before. Really, all you need to do is watch.
Alright.
Let's not waste any time then. No sign of
Trolls, man. Like, Jesus Christ. Anyway. Back into the bar. Now there is, I do believe, a lot of mushrooms and even quite a few ore veins in here, but not something I need to worry about. Well, I do see what could be an exit. It's flooded. Never mind. We're good.
Oh, wow. This is gorgeous. I'm glad you're here with me.
This is cool. No, no fight or nothing. Alright. Just walk in and get our loot.
keys. I just need to take hold of it.
Oh, it is actually
You
like
seek
someone
my
you can have.
blessing for the leadership of Thirsk Hall?
I do. It is I, Bujold. You blessed me in the past, and now I've rid the Hall of Reiklings and returned it to its rightful owners.
And well it is that this has happened. But I have always watched, and know that it was your softness that led to your own exile.
I know that voice.
You allowed your fellow warriors to grow weak, while the dangers around you mounted.
Then, the leadership is not mine?
No, nor is there any among you fit to serve. For a band in the wilderness, it is better to have no leader than a poor one.
That's just not true. Well,
That was a little embarrassing.
how are you feeling about that?
Ashamed. But I guess that was the point. I need to return to Thirsk. No matter what Rothman says, we need a leader. And I'm still the best person for that.
So you'll go against his wishes?
Look what's happened to us so far under his watchful eye. He gave his blessing to all the leaders who brought us to this point. Anyway, he's dead and we're alive. It's time to begin a new tradition for Thirsk, and I'm going to do that. All I need is for you to back me up. You don't even need to lie. Just don't tell anyone else what you heard here.
Alright.
Good. See that you do. Now, if you'll excuse me, I have a hall to lead.
I mean, it's not like I'm a Nord, so, like, I really doubt that I would care too much about this tradition. And while I can see, the point of, it's better to have no leader than a bad leader when you're living out in the boonies, like this, out in the wilderness. It does make sense in a way, because obviously if you don't have a leader, then everybody would theoretically be working together. And it really annoys me that this isn't open. Or that this does. Oh. But it does open. Interesting. I wonder if this is flooded if you don't go into the other place first. Because obviously, like, a poor leader can, if everybody still follows them knowing that they're a poor leader, then, that's not good, because they're going to lead you down a path that, gets kicked out of your hall. But I mean, I feel like that's a thing where when it happens, you as a leader, you then make sure that that does not happen again, which is why, because I don't think that she's like really a bad leader or a poor leader, as he said. Like, yeah, she obviously, made some bad decisions, but she's also not wrong in that, she learned how to lead, presumably by the ones that came before her, right? Now, in a world like this, you generally don't get much more than, 2 generations on the field at a time, unless you're an elf or something, because, some odds are something will kill you before you get to see your grandchildren. But where the hell did the hall go? Too far away. I'm just gonna fast travel. So I mean, yeah. But all right, as you can see, everything's all cleaned up. We even
You have no idea how good it is to be back here.
yeah.
Thanks for your help, friend. Yeah, the place still has some of the Reikling stink on it, but that'll wash out in time.
So you were able to get the forge working again, eh?
Those things had filled it up with slop for their beasts. Elmas helped me wash it out, but the fire still smells terrible. It's not as good as it used to be, but I still am, at least.
So where do you get your raw materials?
I have friends in Raven Rock, and a few among the Skal. There's not much metal on the island itself, but we can find what we need, when we need it.
So are you getting back to work?
Cleaning out the forge was the easy part, but those blasted Reiklings made off with most of my materials. And I can't forge air. You tend to wander around, don't you? If you come across any Stalrim or ebony in your travels, bring them back to Old Halbarn. Help each other out.
Well, it just so happens that I just, for some reason happen to be carrying exactly 10 Stalrim and 15 Ebony on me.
Just in time, too. Kuvar was starting to give me some grief about his new armor. This will do the trick nicely. You come back if you ever want some fancier armor yourself now.
Yes,
Alright.
I'll come back if I want better armor than what I'm currently wearing.
But Jolt says you served well. Before we were married, I was her second on the first trip to the Barrow. Rothman knows strength, in this world and the next.
Yeah, it was an honor.
Yes, I remember how I felt being there with her the first time, before we were wed. I hope to see you more around the hall, friend.
So you can tell him the truth, and he does kick his wife out. This guy I do believe is a heavy armor
You ever
trainer.
tried hunting with no sleep under you?
Glad to have a warm place.
Now I
I'll
can
show you
rest
what
my
I
head.
can about protecting yourself.
Yeah, there you go. So he is a heavy armor trainer. So we'll pop that, because why not?
Until next time.
So if there's two things that happen, right? So if you agree to her to keep her secret and then tell him the truth, he'll kick her out of the hall, and as soon as she walks through the door, the game just deletes her. Like, she doesn't go anywhere or anything, she just vanishes. But if you do that, then he refuses to talk to you. If you don't agree to help her, or don't agree to lie for her, she will then just attack you. Obviously, you kill her, you come back, and then you can either tell him what happened, in which case, once again, even though he understands, he won't talk to you because you killed his wife, or you can lie to him, and he'll just assume that she hasn't made it back yet.
Sorry. The mead. It is good.
Make it quick. I won't be here much longer.
How's the hunting going?
To tell you the truth, I've been a little distracted. I've got this idea. I want to make a reminder, so we never forget what happened the last time we got soft. I want to ring the whole hall with their little spears, mocking us from the past, making us work harder, fight better. The only problem is, I'm gonna need a lot of spears. A lot. So if you could find a bunch of them for me, that would make it easier.
Would 50 do?
Oh, I'm sure it will be. Give them here, and I'll get to work soon.
Alright.
Until next time.
I do believe that we have...
enough problems around here.
Oh yeah, her name changed now. She's Bejeweled the Intrepid.
Thanks for helping us wake up and move off it.
Oh. Without
It's
having to
good
build
have
that thing
trustworthy
outside.
souls in this place.
Will you ever go back to Rothman and try again?
I don't think we need that old ghost anymore. Whoever leads us next can go plead with him if they want to, but I'd rather make a tradition of my own. Rothman was a great man, but he wasn't a god or a paragon. We're alive, he's not, and we look to ourselves for strength.
Alright. Is it you?
I was able to salvage most of the latest batch of mead. The rest was fouled.
How much meat is left?
Enough for now, but I'll either need to get some more barrels or start importing more if we're going to make it through next winter. Last thing you want is the mead to run out just as the fire dies.
So how is the meat?
We lost most of the batches we had brewing before those things were here. One is just ready to take its turn, though, and it's about time to add some of the flavorings. You can't find them on Solstheim, but if you find yourself back in Skyrim, I wouldn't mind you bringing some juniper berries. They add a different kind of sweetness. Tart. Makes the flavor more round.
Well, I just happen to have a bunch of juniper berries.
Oh, perfect. Just the right ripeness, too. Good work, friend.
Alright.
Good day.
So those are the 3 quests that you unlock. They are just miscellaneous go bring me stuff quests. And as you can see, I did prepare beforehand so that we didn't have to go searching for them. Now, like I said, last time I went through this in 100% of the Dragonborn DLC.
Have you tried any of the mead
At the very
brought out of
least,
storage?
I
Still tastes all right
Thanks
to
for
me.
having my back, friend.
I actually did everything and I was down to getting the 15 ebony ingots and the 50 Reikling spears. Those were the last 2 things I needed to do for this DLC. But yeah, now that that's done, we're gonna head over to Banco whatever and clear this out. because we've only been going for a half hour, so we'll clear out this place. Because I'm assuming that we haven't done it yet. Because I do remember going past a location for, I think, when we went to get the Benwheel shout or something, and saying that we would come back to it later, and I don't think we ever did. Although, well, no, there is Reiklings in here. I don't think we did. If we did, I apologize for, doing it twice, but... Oh, fuck? Man, gotta bend down low to get that guy. Or to get these guys. I think last time I actually played this, I talked about I was watching Sweetness and Lightning. Finished it. It was really good. I enjoyed it. Oh, a Dragon Scale Shield. It was a good little show. Nothing like big happened. Nothing, it was just like a nice little watch. I mean, if you ever need like a break from like action animes and that, I mean, I would recommend it because it is just, like I said, a nice little, I guess, feel good, I think, is what they're generally classified under, show. So yeah, that's it. I mean, like, there isn't really a whole lot to talk about it because, like, it was a good show and pretty much but like, since there's like, like big moments or anything, the only thing I could talk about is like the little moments. But since the entire show is little moments, talking about those would be the equivalent to spoiling a big moment in another show, right? So yeah, if you ever get the chance to, I would recommend watching it. If you're not into like fucking Christ, stupid goblets. I keep seeing them and thinking they say Garnet, and I hit the button before you do it, before I realize it. But yeah, if you're not somebody who's into just like like shows that just like focus around like a family and just like their regular, like everyday life and problems, then obviously the show wouldn't be for you. And in all honesty, I usually don't either, but it's 12 episodes, which helps, whereas like a lot of them, that involve like real people, it's they go on way too long, and the problems that they start having are just so petty and insignificant, and they make such a big deal out of it. Whereas this show here, where Sweetness and Lightning, while obviously their problems are insignificant as a whole, like, like there's no like world-ending disaster or anything, which would have been a really weird turn for that show to take. Like their problems are, and that's probably one of the other reasons, is like everything that happens in the show is realistic. Like, you don't have to suspend your disbelief for literally anything that happens in that show. The only thing that's even like slightly unbelievable is the fact that, because like the show has a lot to do with cooking. In fact, the recipes that they use, they actually give you so much information for the recipe that you could probably make 99% of the recipes that they show in that, or that they show, just by following the directions they give, like in the show, because like they give you so many, or because they give you so much information. But yeah, like the only thing that's even slightly unbelievable is the fact that the majority of their recipes, like when they make it, like they've never made this themselves before, and they have the recipe, but it still turns out like perfect, basically. And that's the only thing that's like even slightly unrealistic, is that these amateurs manage to make like the perfect everything, right? Like I think they fucked up when they made donuts, and like that's it. I think that's the only thing that they made that they screwed up even a little bit on. But yeah, it was a good show. It's hard to tell what they were going for between between the dude and his student. Like I can't tell whether they were trying to set them up as a couple or not, or if they were trying to set her up to be like a big sister to the other girl. Like, because when it first started, right, and she was talking about her mother, and somebody said something. I don't think that it was her. I don't think she said it, but I think somebody mentioned something about her parents having got divorced, right? And I was like, oh, so single mother, single father. I mean, TV show, right? That's what's gonna happen. Like, he's gonna meet the mother, and then like over the course of the show, they'll end up somehow together, right? Never met the mother. He never met the mother until the final episode. I mean, I guess that could still happen. I guess I was reading comments underneath the last video there, and there are some people talking about what happens later in the manga. Were we here once before? I really don't know. I really can't tell. All these caves just look so similar. But like,
I knew I did something.
but yeah, and I get that isn't a thing that happened. Now, granted, if they did make more seasons, which I don't know how long ago that one came out, so I'm still going to assume that they're not going to. But to be fair, I always just assume that. Yeah, I want to check something in my books here. Do I want to explore down there? I'm not seeing anything that looks like it's worth it. And there really isn't. But yeah, like, shows can, when they convert it into a show, they can change things. And yeah, like I said, it's hard to tell because like they don't really, like, once again, it's somewhat realistic in that, because like most animes, right, if somebody has a crush on somebody, it's extremely obvious, right? But at the same time, based on like a flashback, it seemed like his student there used to cook with her father. She's scared of knives, by the way, because apparently she cut herself when she was a kid. And now she's terrified of knives. But it seems like she used to cook with her father, and now he's gone. And to me, it seems more like she's using the teacher as kind of like a replacement dad, where it's like, and it's not even that like replacement dad, but like she wants the little girl to have a relationship with her dad the way that she used to have a relationship with hers, or something to that effect, because like, yeah, I don't know, it like that's just what I got from it, that it didn't seem like she necessarily had a crush on the teacher. But yeah, it seemed more like that was her goal, not like, oh, I have a crush on Teach. Plus the Argonian Maid. Well, both volumes and a telekinesis spell. Well, I'll take that. Is somebody like jerking off telekinetically? Does that spell give you that much control over anything? I feel like it doesn't. Or at least not the way we have to use it. But yeah. Yeah, it was a good show. I really liked it. A lot of the recipes they used sounded, like I said, like stuff I could actually make. I feel like I could fillet a fish at this point because of the one episode. Like, they went into a lot of detail on how to fillet a fish. Now, granted, whether or not I could fillet any fish or, like, nice key to this place. Oh, you know what? Since they give you telekinesis, I bet you can use it to pull it through the bars or something. Dragon language, more. Already got that, obviously. But now, like I said, whether or not I could actually just fillet any fish, or just, I think there were AJI fish. I don't know. I don't know how much goes into, how much difference there is between different fish, but yeah, it was, yeah, it was an enjoyable watch. It's one of those ones, it was an enjoyable watch. I doubt that I would watch it again, because it is one of those ones that, like not a lot happened, so it, like, you know, I don't know. I just doubt that I'll end up watching it, you know? I mean, I might, because it was a good show, but, oh, I don't want Quill. I thought those were the hawk feathers. Oh, and we get to mine some Stalrim down here, too.
Where'd you come from?
And we got a lever. How the hell do... Oh, there we go. I was like, how the fuck do we get up to these little shits that are attacking? Get another one of our flame serpents going. I want to say that somebody actually took that effect, and I think I was watching a thing about mods, and I think somebody managed to like take that effect and like apply it to a weapon enchantment or something. It's like every time you killed somebody with the weapon, it would spawn one of those, and they like crashed their game because they went into one of like the Civil War battles with the weapon equipped. So they just had like so many of these around. It was funny. Alright, so what do we got? We got a honeycomb here. And we definitely haven't done this before, by the way. Guaranteed, because what the reward is at the end. Diamond. Next part, we'll go back to Tel Mithrin and see if Jackass will give us a quest yet or not. But like I said, there is still 2 or 3 quests of his that we haven't technically done yet, even though he doesn't seem to want to give them to us. Okay, so we got tourney things. Is it really just... Wow. I know that these puzzles are never hard, because, like, you know, that, like, the combination is always somewhere, but still. Like, this is a bit much. Having them literally above it. Like, why? Like, at that point, really, why bother? Now, we do have to find that one. I guess we could just... Obviously, a word wall, yeah. Okay. Well, so you got snake, whale, bird. And I mean, I'm assuming it's just snake and whale on here, but that doesn't really give us any indication of what needs to go there. Let's see. where it fell off. I don't think the Reiklings could really drag that thing very far, could they? Oh, I didn't want that, you fucker. Mind the stall rim while I think, because, like, because we got eagle on the left, snake on the right, whale on the right. I mean, it could be whale in the middle as well, just like have the. But then why make the outside ones different? I mean, that's. If they were going for any kind of pattern, I think that's pretty much the only way you could do it, right? Is to have the whale in the middle, in both middle parts, because like that. Oh no, yeah, because that makes at least more sense than any other pattern, right? Like, why would you have two of the same on one side? Now, granted, that's assuming they're going for a pattern and not just making like an actual combination, because obviously for an actual combination, it could be any of the three. And in fact, it would be least likely or less likely to be the whale if they were going for a real combination and not just a pattern. But thankfully, it's a video game, so they went for the pattern. Unleash Cyclone. Alright. Another part of the Cyclone shout. I do believe that when we get the last one of those, we do make a giant tornado when we use it, which is pretty cool. But I don't remember how effective it is. But yeah, this is how I knew that we hadn't done it before. Because I saw that one of these was in here. Untold Legends, The Other Lives of Ysgramor, and that's as much as I could read. I really hate that it throws you into third person when you first come out. Fonta Magica. Don't remember what these ones do. Or what this book is. I really wish I could remember more of these books, but like that last one where we had like all the chapters, that's the only one that I can say that I particularly remember, just because it had like a lot of moving parts in that. Oh, this one, look, you can actually see where you, because like that's where we were, right? So you can see the chapters from each other. That's interesting. There. Okay. Are you? Ooh, I wonder if this one gives me the merchant. Ah, it isn't even a good lurker anyway. You can die. Solderfish scales, and a couple of rings. Okay, so, oh, got our split path going on here. This one leads to chapter 4. Does this one go to chapter 3 then? Does. Well, let's go to chapter 3, since, you know, we are in chapter 2. Rick? Man, they fire those rather quickly, do they not? Conjure Seeker, pretty sure I have that already, but... Well, I mean, I know I have the spell already, but... I think I also got that. Alright, so apparently chapter 3 is just quick loot, which Makes sense. Good God. But yeah, because I'm trying to remember what other Black Book things we get. Um, and I know that there's one that you get that you can actually summon a Dremora merchant, and he acts just like any other merchant, I do believe. Now, unfortunately, it is, I do believe, a once a day power. Actually, it may not be a once a day power, but because he is just a merchant, like, and he acts just like every other merchant, um, you do need to wait for his inventory to reset to sell him more stuff. So like, he can't just be used as like an infinite. It's just like something to sell an infinite amount of stuff to, you know. Which is unfortunate, but you know, it's still a merchant that you can sell stuff to at any point if like you just need like a little bit to like a little bit out of your inventory or something, you know. And then what's the other two that come with them? I think you get the merchant that you can summon. I think one of the other ones is just somebody you summon another Dremora, but it's just like a follower that doesn't do anything, and like you can just offload items onto them and then summon them again. How is this locked? That I need a lockpick. Where's this lock on this thing? But yeah, you can just give him your items, and then when you summon him again, obviously he'll still have those items on him. I don't know what the third one is. I don't remember. It must not be very good. Not that having somebody you can just give items to is very good either, but I mean, I'd say that it's a toss-up as to which one of those two are better. Because I mean, since the merchant only acts like a merchant, obviously once you sell to him, there's no point in having him again until the merchant's in. Oh wow, archery bow. There's no point in summoning him again until his inventory resets. Whereas at least with the other guy, if you have a lot of items, you can give it to him and then just summon him while you're next to other merchants. Like, you know, empty your inventory and then summon him, pull out whatever items you had given him, and then continue to sell, right? So, I mean, it's kind of a toss-up which one is really better, but I mean, neither is, like, fantastic, obviously. But there we go. Well, we're almost to level 76. Hopefully, means I shouldn't need to. Oh, that actually opened up our middle door. So what's in this last one? Nothing. All right. And then this should open all the doors. Whoops. I find that my controller seems to be a lot more sensitive, or I'm just not realizing how much I'm holding it. One or the other. On to chapter 5. Hopefully there isn't too many more chapters in this book, because it's going to take us over an hour. If there is, but I guess that wouldn't be the worst thing. I could always just make the next part a little bit shorter if I want to. Just because, like, I was very lazy this week, and I only recorded one video. So, but to be fair, because observation, I ended up recording 2 at the same time. I only have one more video than I normally would to record. Oh, damn it, I didn't want you to finish them. I wanted to knock him down a little bit more, and then you soul tear. You prick. I am too strong. And here's the thing, right? Like, I could have used soul, like, I could have put soul trap on this sword so that I didn't need to worry about it, but I didn't want to because then it would trap every fucking soul. So, oh yeah, there's the black book, but I want you to go that way, please. Hello? See, I want to go back over there. Like, that side's obviously not gonna turn. No? Well, I mean, there must be some way to get over there, right? No, it doesn't make sense that hitting that would stop it from turning, does it? Not really, but if I maybe. Oh, I can't even react to it. I don't. Maybe that is what happened then. I don't know. Doesn't seem to want to turn, so I can go the other way. So. All right. Let's see what we got. Bardic knowledge. Right. It. I don't remember what it summons. I think it might summon a bard or something, but it. Summons a spectral drum that plays for you, increasing stamina regeneration for you and your nearby allies. That's what it is. And then Secret Servant is the one that just carries your stuff. Black Market is a merchant. That's the one we'll go for. I don't remember what he has to sell. But either way, we'll go with him. Just because there's very little reason to worry about the choice very much. Like I said, both of them are, alright. Oh yeah, I forgot to say, have to make sure Serana was still there. Not that I have any reason to think that she would disappear while I'm in one of the black books, but it is a Bethesda game. They do tend to have bugs. Granted, she hasn't disappeared yet, so. But yeah, there we go. We completed our last. I want to say quest chain, but like quest location, I guess. As far as I'm aware, I don't think that there's any other locations in here that have like quests associated with them outside of. Oh, you know what? I think I missed East Empire pendant. Come to think of it, I don't think there is a East Empire pendant box in here somewhere, and I don't think I got it. It's unfortunately back in the Great Hall, I think. But I can get that off camera, right? It's not like it really matters if you see me. Although they are a part of a quest, right? And if you also wish to 100%, although I don't think you can actually 100% it, while there is a limited amount of East Empire pendants, because I don't think the boxes or the chests, the lock boxes respawn. I'm not sure that quest ever actually leaves your inventory, even after you found all of them. Come on, get around the thing. Because, yeah, it should be here. Uh, so it should be just up ahead. I mean, obviously, the Great Hall wasn't really all that big of a area, so it's that hallway in this. I guess I'm not. But either way, it's still not a very big area. Can I make that? No, that's fine. Can't believe I missed it. I mean, I missed it, but like, because the thing is that means I missed a lockbox. Period, which is not all that common of a thing for me to miss. I'm usually pretty good at finding them or spotting them. Ah, there it is. It's a dark lockbox on top of a dark barrel in a dark corner. I feel like I can forgive myself for not seeing that one. Do I want all of it? I do. Alright. So that'll be it for this part then. Next time, I guess we'll start at like I said, we'll go to Tell Mithra and see if he has any other quests for us. Otherwise, we'll just start clearing out locations. I guess we could go and talk to what's his face as well. We could turn in that quest, so maybe we'll do that. The Gardener of Men quest. We still need to find Wolf's brother, but like I said, that's a random encounter, so as long as we don't fast travel too much, we should come across them. And if we don't come across them when we're getting close to the end, there are ways that you can like kind of force the encounter. Well, you can force an encounter and just like hope that you get the right one. But that'll be it for this part. Thanks everybody for watching, and I will see you on Saturday for more.